In today's video, we are going to be doing some house cleaning. Now, there are a bunch of bosses all around Hall's Nest, and we have not been paying them much attention. So today is that day. We're going to complete as many of the bosses as we can today without triggering anything big. If you guys like this type of content, consider leaving a like down below and subscribe to the channel. I'm Kurogami, and I'll see you in the video. Starting off in Dirtma, our first objective is Moloch. Now, the reason is Moloch is pretty close by and it's probably the closest target, so we're gonna try to get to him first. Last time, Moloch was one of my tougher bosses, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but let's see. And after getting lost a couple of times, we finally find Moloch's den. And after collecting some Geo here at the top of the room, we're off to Moloch. Being careful about setting up the Dream Gate, we are starting Moloch. And with D-Dark and spells in hand, Moloch stands no chance this time. That was the quickest Moloch fight I have ever done. With the mouse shard in hand, we are off to our next destination, that is Crystal Peaks. In Crystal Peaks, we are after the Crystal Guardian and the Enraged Guardian. The direction to the Crystal Guardian pretty simple, and there is literally a sign for a bench that points towards it, so here we go. And we start the fight. With the Crystal Guardian defeated, it's time for the Enraged Guardian. But before we start that, let's bench here just so we have a good save point. The Enraged Guardian fight is a little tougher, and the hitboxes are a little bit narrower. After suffering a single defeat, We get our Enraged Guardian. And getting the final mass shard, we are one mask. We add one more to our health pool. Doing a little bit of exploring, we go to this section over here. This is a very interesting section in Hollow Knight. One of my favorite places, actually. So yeah, let's go through this section here. After some careful platforming, we have arrived at Hollowness Crown. I really love this section, primarily because of just the eeriness to it. It's got a very gloomy but bright kind of vibe to it. It's very hard for me to explain it, but honestly, one of my best zones in Hollow Knight as a whole. Nothing much to do here except for collecting this pale ore here. after setting the dream gate here and seeing where this drops me off. We collect this grub and we head back to Hollownest Run. So the reason we came back is there's actually a special interaction that you can get with your dream nail, and we're gonna test it out. So if we dream nail the statue over here, we kind of get a message. This statue is that of the Radiance. I believe it was from the Moth tribe that it was there, but hey, it's pretty cool.
Oh, come on, yeah. Jill. Jill.
Back in Dirtmouth, after quickly buying some stuff from Sly, we're off to this section here. Now, using the simple key that we bought, we're gonna open this door. And say hello to Gigi. So Gigi is basically a character that allows you to get your shade back to this room. So if you lose your shade and you want to get something back, you want to get back without having to travel all the way there, you can give Gigi a rancid egg and she'll bring your shade into the room with her, and you can collect your shade through that. Good way to save a lot of money. That is in the Royal Warways. Now we're here for two specific bosses, the Dung Defender and the Fluke Marm. And after saying hi to Took for a second here, this is very important because we're gonna be collecting one of my favorite pickups in Hollow Knight. I don't know why it is, but it is. We're almost there. So we're gonna, while we can go around, we're gonna try doing this the harder way. That is a C- acid skip over here. But yeah, let's give it a shot. After getting it the first time, but subsequently dying a couple of times. We set up a dream gate so that even if we die, we can come back real quick. After a second death, we are sort of here. And Isma's tier acquired. Now Isma's tier is great because it allows us to do this. There you go. No acid can harm me. Basically, I have no issues with anything right now. And after freeing this grub, we're off to our next destination. But before we leave Isma's Grove, let's go and meet one of the few bugs that have not been corrupted by the Radiants, and that is Militia. She's really smug about not being corrupted, but I guess you're gonna be if you are. After opening up our entrance, we are off to our next section. And after getting lost a little bit, we found the way to Dung Defender. Now the Dung Defender fight is really fun. I did complete him last time. I didn't remember him giving me that much trouble. And after forgetting to set up a Dream Gate, we started the fight. Now this fight would have been a little bit easier if I wasn't being so reckless. And stopping right next to him during a cutscene, I end up getting my first loss to him. On coming back, I finally set up a Dream Gate so it's easier to get back. And we start round 2. Dung Defender down. We have the Defender's Crest. And we hit this lever over here. Now I don't really know what this lever does, so I'm kind of confused about it. Maybe I'll find out what it does later. But Dung Defender, and we're going to Green Path for our next boss, that is the Moss Charger. Now the way to the Moss Charger is pretty much known. And after a quick fight, we are off. But not before we collect some of the geo. And free the grub here. Now before our next destination, I really just want this old bank lady to scam me. So I'm gonna be giving her some of my geo so that she can scam me. And after giving her like barely anything, we're off to our next destination, that is in Deep Nest. Now in Deep Nest we are after Nosk. He is one of the most annoying bosses there are, and I'm not sure how easy it's gonna be, but we'll give it a shot. And after finding my way to the spa and getting lost a little bit, we find our way to Nosk. Look, there's a doppelganger. We start Nosk. This fight took so long. Honestly, it's mostly because of the spray attack that Nos does, which lasts for a while, and I keep getting hit by it. And after a couple of defeats, we are starting Our final battle. And Nosk has been beaten. No more doppelgangers. The next boss that we want to do over here is the Hive Knight. Honestly, after looking around for a bed, and saying hi to Bardoon over here, I kind of realized that the way into the hive is through the tram station, and I really don't want to go pick up the tram pass right now because I don't know if I'm gonna meet Cloth on the way there. So we are not gonna go pick up tram pass, and we'll probably do Hive Night in the next video. So after completing this arena and gaining the second soul bezel, we come to this section over here. Now, this is the place under resting grounds, and unlocking this area over here gives us access to this room. Now, this room is very important to us, and we're going to be doing it. We're going to have an entire video dedicated primarily to this. This and one more other thing I would say. This room is going to become very important soon. Stick around for the next videos to find out. After looking around for a bit, I realized that I never did the Fluke Marm. So let's go and do that real quick. Now, the way this Fluke Marm is through the Royal Sewers and all the way at the bottom. And after defeating a bunch of these guys here, we finally arrive at the location of the Fluke Marm. Now this fight would be hard, but I am literally way too overpowered for this, and it just takes a couple of Abyss Shrieks, and we have Fluke Marm down too. And with the Fluke Nest Charm, we're almost done with our quest today. So, having lost my shade earlier, we go ahead and try collecting it. So for our final objective, now this room is very important as we're going to need to do something again in this room. At Crystal Dashing Cross, we arrive at the junk pit. Now the junk pit is very important. It's very cool because it allows us to go into a particularly important place later on in the game, and something that we're going to do a lot more of in future videos. But basically, you see this coffin over here? We're going to have to unlock it. However, we do need a simple key for it, and we definitely don't have one right now. So after staying around here for a bit and doing a little bit of exploring, come here. Now, unlocking this exit, we find ourselves at the nail stage. And this time, we're going to be upgrading our nail.
Ranjo Stenja. Junsha. Garadel Akari. Vendasu. Junsha. Garadel Akari. Vendasu. Junsha. Garadel Akari.
And with our nail upgraded 3 times, and no further just due to a lack of resources, we are done today. That's about it for today, you guys. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, consider leaving a like down below and subscribing to the channel. This has always been fun, and I'm loving discovering different parts of Hollow Knight that I've never seen before. And I hope you guys are liking it too. So I'll see you guys in the next one.